Coming up today at 8 p.m.
Yes, it's traditional that our head of state, President Paul Biya, speaks to Cameroonians every 31st. Yeah, and as the 8 p.m. is fast approaching, the expectations are also getting higher and higher. So, number one expectation, first of all, I am a Northwesterner, come from Dongamantung division. I expect roads. Yeah, I expect him to talk about roads. You know, the ring road that he promised to us several years back. I want to remind him that road hasn't been cut up to now. So that is number one priority for me as someone from that area. Then secondly, the Anglophone crisis. Yeah, the Anglophone crisis is something that I want him to handle. I know he has been in that position as head of state for 40 years and is almost getting more than that. So, and I know that when people work and reach some certain age, they retire. So retirement is almost meeting up with him. So, but before he goes on retirement, let him just try to make sure that this crisis in the Northwest that has caused a lot of damage, let him try to solve it. Those are just two things, except I want to go further. But if he can handle the issue of roads and he handles this crisis in the North and Southwest, then that would be something great that I will be so happy.
December address to the nation.
We expect they should be completely different from the previous addresses that have not really touched the fundamental problems of this country. And one of them is that we already have a transitional problem, and that can be addressed by a constitutional revision. So we are expecting to see him really give a way forward in terms of constitutional revision, and so that we have a constitutional vice president. We are also thinking of the LECAM that has been a ton of a boon of contention for political parties here and for protests after every election, because the law is clear that it should be only the return sheets or process verbal that comes from a LECAM rather than from the political parties that is considered when there is a contest, when there is protest, or when there is when parties go to court. But more importantly, we are expecting the president to tell us the way forward in terms of the resolution of the crisis in the Northwest and the Southwest, in terms of talks mediated by an international party, and more importantly that there should be ceasefire. If he declares that there should be ceasefire as the talks go on, and the release of those who have been imprisoned, and and all the other people who have been arrested in relation to this crisis, that can go a long way to show a good faith in both parties, because we need to continue to enjoy the peace that we have witnessed in the past 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will expect the head of state to say things that will make 2023 different from 2022. I will expect the head of state politically. I will expect him to announce the release of political prisoners. I am very convinced that if some of the political prisoners, especially with regard to the Anglophone crisis, are released, it will go to pacify the political environment, and it will go to appease those who are fighting on the ground. So I expect him to cause the release of some of these political prisoners who are in detention. The second thing I will expect the head of state to do would be to empower technically and financially the team he has appointed to take care of the reconstruction of the Northwest and Southwest regions. He recently changed those at the helm of that institution, and we know that for the past 2 years, very little has happened on the ground with regards to reconstruction of the war-torn Northwest and Southwest. So I will expect the newly elected officials of the reconstruction committee at the national level to be empowered to get